In the same vein of my previous video I made, this is one of those I've had on my mind for a little bit, but I just hadn't for one reason or the other. But for all the OBS owners out there that's had crank windows and say your door handle breaks like this piece of crap had, it's a notorious thing. I will do a video at some point over the causes of the door handles breaking on the driver's door of the OBS trucks from 1980 to 96. I did the cheap cop-out, which was use the metal handle from a 80 to 86 model, and it worked great for a long time. And then one day I pulled up on it very gently. I never really rip and tear on my door handle because I know what could happen from that. And from there, it fell off of my hand. And basically at that point, I had to replace it, which was only like $7, but that's still $7. Turns out I need to get the hinge itself, the little hinging mechanism. It's actually a little bit messed up. It's stripped out is what's happened. So at the moment I just ran a nut and bolt through it just to hold it. But one of the popular modifications is to take the cable, the latch cable from that pulls, which if you have to pull all the way to the top and then it unclicks, 99% of the time is the little latch cable that goes from the door latch over to the hinge that you're pulling on to release the latch. It's stretching out and or it's getting dirt in the cable and it's binding up, which will cause the broken door handles here. One of the popular things to do with those is go to the old rod system, which I plan to do at some point for a few things, or if I get the chance I'll swap to power windows and stuff like that. But I still will do the door locks and the door handle rods from, I think it's the 87 to 1990s setup. The brick nose, if you guys know what I'm referring to, is what you're going to be looking for. It's a direct swapped in. There's no cables to stretch and break, and from there you should be good to go. But back to my main topic, your window cranks. And Ford's all-knowing bullshit, really. To get a door panel off, everybody knows, obviously, you have your screw here. You got one here. Mine sank in there, but it's there. And then from there, you have to push your door lock down or unscrew it. And then, after you've popped all these little, I call them Christmas tree pins, pop those loose. Then you pop your door handle loose. It comes open like so. And then on the inside, this one's already changed, but inside you will find a screw with a Torx head screw in it. And the way that it will look, it'll just have a look like, most people call them a star bit or whatever. In other words, I call them the pain in the ass because most of the time, this little fella right here, this is what I'm referring to. It's just a Torx head bit. I think it's a T25 that will sometimes give you grief. You can kind of see it. There you go. You can see it very well. You have to have a specific tool just to remove one screw off, just to get this door panel to lift off. And from that point, once you get the screw out, you push the, you pull this off, and then you pull the door handle up about halfway, and the entire panel will lift over, and you'll bring it forward a tad just to clear this, and then you're golden. You're good to go. But today was about this. If you look this screw up, that I'm replacing the Torx head bit with, I replaced it with just a machine screw from True Value. 2 of these cost me, I think, 46 cents, something along that line. And I replaced it with one that I can just use a standard flat blade screwdriver, so I do not have to carry one specific tool around just for this, in the case that I'm out and I need to change the door handle because of the fact that it's broken and I have to unlatch it from the outside to get out of my truck. The measurements for this is, I think it was 3/8 of an inch long, and the thread count and stuff, I took the old screw in, and they had the little thing where you just put it in, twist it, see if it works, and it come out to be an 8-32. That's what you're going to be looking for. 8-32 is the I guess it'd be the inches per minute and the thread pitch of this baby. 2 of those and you've settled a little headache of carrying one extra tool around. And for 50 cents, that's basically, that's it. Just pop the old Torx head bit out, put this one in, put your door handle back on, pull it over, snap it together, and done. 50-cent modification that if you really want to, you can go back to the old Torx head bit, but this fellow here I think is a much better thing, simplification of my life for sure, and I hope this helps anybody out there that's ever was curious about that one little screw, what the thread pitch and length and stuff you need is again 8-32 and 3/8 of an inch long is what you need for this screw to just screw in perfectly.